really, you've seen me at my rawest, tears coming down, just that stuff where I wouldn't want most people to see. You see that, you welcome it, and you truly hold me in a way that I've never been held before in a relationship. You look so cute.
Thanks, you too. I feel like we both look pretty great. Matthew is the sun, and everybody else are the planets revolving around it. In the best way. Not in an egotistical way, but in a way that Matthew has no choice but to shine. Matthew's natural demeanor is sunshine, it is positivity, it is optimism, it is sunlight, and then that translates to fashion, to music, to empathy, and all these other great things that I love about him so much. Yeah, the best way to describe him is the sun.
And because the sun is hot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a given.
I feel like I would describe David by saying that he is almost like this teddy bear almost. I say that because from the outside, he has a very just strong looking demeanor. He is very likable by most people, by everyone really that you come across. And you're just a breath of fresh air for people. When people see you like a teddy bear, I always want to just touch you and hold you. And you're a creator. So in fact, you're a creative teddy bear. I'll just combine those two because I feel like those are the main things that I really, really like and love about you. To be understood for me, it really means that I can be my raw, authentic self and not be judged by you. I know in a lot of my past relationships, it's been the direct opposite of that, where for me, I had to almost be asked to be like this masculine person. I wasn't able to just express my gender, my individuality, how I really wanted to. And I know in this relationship, I feel like I'm so celebrated, and that is something that I often or did not experience a lot. And I think that's one of the main reasons why you get me, because you truly champion me to express myself. When in many times in growing up and just my entire life, I've been kind of told not to celebrate myself. I've been told that you're too much or you're too this or no one's gonna like that. And the fact that you're able to just really see me and show up for me and celebrate me and really be there for me, it really means the world.
So to be understood for me is extremely important, mainly because just like a lot of my life, I have felt very misunderstood. I felt like people didn't get me. I felt othered. I felt different. Being black, you feel like that. Being queer, you feel like that. Being black and queer, you feel those two things, times two, times four even, if you have other intersections. So I've just taken a lot of that on, and Matthew just gets me. He understands that I am a different person, and I am to be treated in a unique way. I am one that I don't have many friends. I don't like to be out too much. I'll be out, but I don't be out too much. And Matt is very different. He has many friends and likes to go out a lot. And I feel like those areas could be contentious if we let them be, but he understands who I am and I understand who he is, and that we do live a life together, but we also have separate interests. So I need a partner that's gonna understand that I don't wanna be out all the time, that I don't wanna be around a whole bunch of people all the time, because if I had to do that, I'd be stressing myself out, and that would not be good for me or our relationship. Probably the biggest wall was the intimacy wall, breaking that down, figuring out what to do, because we were not on the same page. So initially we were in a monogamous relationship initially. We were having some issues with intimacy. We ended up taking a break, kind of rediscovering ourselves and coming back and starting an open relationship, right? Sexually open relationship. And with those changes, which at least in my head, I was like, oh, this is the perfect solution. Let's just do this. Everything will be perfect. It wasn't.
At all.
I was like, oh, this is harder than the monogamous relationship. Why do I feel like there's more rules and boundaries now than there were before, right? So learning that style of a relationship was so important for us, and figuring out, again, what are the rules to this? What are we gonna do? What do we like? What don't we like? What are we throwing away? What are old patterns that we need to get rid of? What are new patterns that we need to pick up to make this work? But I would say like the first 6 months of navigating that were so rocky, so rough. I just remember being like, we're not gonna get through this. Like not having faith in it. And then we did, because we just pushed forward.
Yeah, that was a very hard time.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
but it led to, which led to, I was gonna say it led to harder times, haha, but, it led to, led to times that we were really able to just truly just sit in our authenticity.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of that. Like, we were like, this is what we truly want, this is our authentic selves, and we just matched each other, and it really worked. The biggest wall for me was, I've never been in a relationship where I know I can cry in your arms. I know that you'll be there to support me if I'm having a really hard day, if I am just not really feeling my best. I know that I will have you to depend on. And so at the same time, I have been so independent. I moved to LA, I'm trying to figure shit out all by myself and figuring out these things all by myself. And I had to learn to let my walls down to allow you to show up for me. Allow me to trust that you will be able to hold a lot of my emotions, because I have a lot of emotions. I'm a very emotion-full person, and so that's emotion-full. I'm a very that, and so being able to really, you've seen me at my rawest, tears coming down, just that stuff where I wouldn't want most people to see. You see that, you welcome it, and you truly hold me in a way that I've never been held before in a relationship, and so you helped me lower my walls of trusting that you will show up for me, and also trusting that my emotions are valid and can be seen and held. And so that was a really, really, really big wall for me. Something that I would have said to your inner child, since you have let me in on your childhood and the ups and downs of your childhood, I feel like something I would say to your inner child is that it is going to be hard for you at times, but there will be people there that continue to love you and continue to show up for you, and you will learn how to love yourself even more despite how much pain that you will go through. And that I would also tell your inner child that in the future you're going to meet the love of your life, and you're going to build an amazing life together, and he's going to remind you why you're such an amazing person, and he's going to continue to show you that you deserve everything in this world.
Thank you. My inner child thanks you. What would I say to your inner child? I would say, work. Work, Matt. Work, little Matt. Eat it, Matty. Chew it up. That's what I would say, because I feel like you are just so fabulous. You present very flamboyantly. You don't go by gender norms, gender rules, things like that. So, and I know that you still struggle with that. Like, you can step out and look like Linda, right, from Wicked, and still feel slightly insecure because maybe you look fabulous, but you still look different. You look unique. You stand out, right? So I would just remind that inner child that you're not where you are yet, but you're going to turn into this beautiful butterfly of a person, and not to be afraid of who that person is. You can even start now. Because I'm sure back then you had inklings of doing that.
Yeah.
But you're running track, you're in school, you're becoming a doctor. These aren't traditional places for that. So I would want to remind that kid that tradition is dead. Do whatever you want.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel so lucky for you being able to see me and reminding me to look at myself and see myself in a better light. So I thank everyone in this world. I thank the universe for seeing me, and thank you for allowing me to see me as well.
Yeah. I'm grateful I get to see this every day. You want to stand up and give a little spin? show them what you look like.
You can see the material.
Yeah.
How about that?
Look at the material. So I'm grateful that I get to see you, and that the person I see so beautifully sees me just as beautifully. Because I need to be seen. I need to be seen. I know you need that, and I'm so happy and grateful we can provide that for each other. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you too. Remember, 6-second kiss.